What is the difference between being alive and truly living? Every day, millions of people find themselves just going through the motions, living each day just like the one before, caught up in the day-to-day monotony, where dreams get forgotten, bypassed, and put to the side. But what would it look like to bring those dreams front and center? To do something you've always wanted to do, to face your fears and overcome negative self-beliefs, to make your dreams a reality. How would that change your life? How you see yourself and what you believe is possible for you? Truly living begins when you can get past your self-limiting beliefs and start achieving your biggest dreams. I'm Krystal Conner, and this is The Breakthrough, a show where we help people uncover and move past the hurdles that have stopped them from accomplishing the things they have dreamt of doing for years, and where we equip you with the tools and the mindset shifts to start doing the same. Today, we're gonna help Scooby break through. Scooby's client roster reads like a who's who in fashion, beauty, and luxury. He has spent the last 20 plus years making everything and everyone around him beautiful. From Essence magazine to the WE television network, along with countless Hollywood movie sets and fashion runways, Scooby has proven that he is at the top of his game. Not only is he an in-demand makeup artist, but he is also a successful entrepreneur. From luxury candles to a super popular line of lipsticks and glosses, as well as having a team that plans and executes some of the most opulent events and celebrations around the world. It seems like there is nothing that Scooby can't do. But with his long list of accolades and success, there is one thing that Scooby wishes that he could do, and that is learn to play the piano. Ready to challenge all of the beliefs he has about who he is and what he's capable of, Scooby is finally open to exploring the possibility that he can learn to play the piano and finally achieve his dream of creating beautiful music. So join Scooby on his journey as he transforms from a piano enthusiast to a piano protege. He's determined to show us that it is never too late to follow your dreams. Scooby, welcome to the show.
Hi, Krystal. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to talk to you and get into this. So I want to start with childhood. Take me all the way back. Tell me about your childhood. How were you growing up?
Oh goodness, I was a quiet child growing up. Of course, you know, I'm the baby, so I was spoiled. I got everything I wanted. Not in a bad way though, but you know, it was just quiet childhood, you know, mom's house, grandmom's house, family, everybody knew everybody, the neighbors knew you, you walked down the street, you know, everything was great.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you were the baby.
Yeah.
Older sisters?
Yeah, two older
Okay.
sisters.
All right, and were you allowed to get into a lot of stuff, or were your parents really protective of you
Oh
and
goodness.
sheltering you?
I would say that I was the sheltered baby.
Okay.
I didn't do a lot. Like for example, if my sister wasn't there, I couldn't be there. It was, you know, you have to make sure somebody is there to look out for me because, you know, I was a kid. I was the youngest of the three.
Okay. So if you could give me 3 words that described you as a child versus 2 or 3 words that describe you now, what would you say?
Quiet, shy as a kid. Now, not quite shy anymore, and definitely not quiet.
Okay.
Now I would probably say more outgoing, but reserved.
Tell me some of the thoughts that go through your head when you have been put in the spotlight, because I know you teach classes and there have been times where you had to step in front. And even though it's uncomfortable, what are some of the things that kind of go through your head, the self-talk when you're in the spotlight?
I know the self-talk, right? So one of the biggest things is like, you know, am I qualified to do this? Right? You know, like, am I the person to, for example, even when I started teaching makeup classes, I was like, well, why am I going to teach a makeup class?
Okay.
But it was because my clients asked for it. They wanted it and they loved the way I do their makeup. So I ended up doing the class, but you know, it was different. It was a step outside of what I normally do. It was a step outside of what I'm very comfortable doing.
Okay, so number one, am I qualified to do this? What else do you think you struggle with?
The other one is, and of course I go blank when I just had these two together.
Do you worry if people will actually like what you're doing? Do you have that kind of approval, you know?
Sometimes, so it's like, for example, even with my lip line. I had my lip line ready, it was sitting in my living room, and my website wasn't ready. So I was like, okay, I need to create a website that I feel like my followers will enjoy searching through.
Okay.
So it's like, will they enjoy it? Will they like it?
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so am I qualified? Will people like it? And
Yeah,
you've
will they
noticed
like
in
what
your
I do?
life, because you have an amazing lip line that now sells out every time you put something out, but
Yes.
you held on to it. Would you say it was more procrastination, perfectionism?
The things that are going through my mind as I'm sitting on the couch unpacking with Krystal are, it's, you know, how did I believe all these things that were, you know, the things that I thought I was? Like, how did I even believe it? You know, I was quiet as a kid, but I'm not really quiet anymore. So it's just, you know, I guess confirmation that goes back to the thought process of, you know, if you think it, you probably will act as if you are it.
I want to know if there is one thing that you could do that you've always wanted to do that would put you in the spotlight. What would that one thing be?
That one thing is playing the piano. I don't think I even remember how to read sheet music, you know, from when I was a kid in band. And like, who's gonna teach me how to play? So those are, you know, that and amongst other things too. And it's like, you know, when will I have time to practice?
Okay.
So those things are, you know, amongst the things of, those are the boundaries that of course I set for myself before I even thought about, like, you know, well, hey, let me go do it. It's like, no, like, when will I have time? Where will I find a teacher?
Yeah, you have all the logical excuses and
course.
reasons for why you haven't done it. Okay,
Yeah.
so we can deal with all of those. It's the when will you have the time? And of course, we make time for the things that are important for us.
We do.
So there's time. So tell me what this would mean to you to learn how to play the piano.
Oh goodness, so I don't want to have any regrets in life.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have any unturned stones.
Yeah.
I want to do every single thing that I want to do in life, and I want to do it well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would be amazing to learn how to play and then to be able to play in public.
That would be amazing. And in fact, I spoke to your sister who agreed that she also thought it would be really amazing for you to pursue this because obviously she's known you your whole life and she knows that you have this desire to do it. And so we had a conversation and she agreed that this would be a wonderful thing for you to pursue.
I am Danielle Lane. I am Scooby's older sister. We're 21 months apart. I played the piano and I was in band. So I knew how to read the music, but Scooby never learned how to read the music. So when he told me he was taking piano lessons, I was like, well, it's about time. You've been interested in it forever. You know, the way he dresses, the way he holds himself. He's a performer. When he walks in any room, he commands the attention. So I think that he will be fine when he has to. I think he'll be fine learning it. I think he'll be fine in performing in front of other people, you know, because technically when he gets his mind set on something, he does it. He fulfills it. He perfects it. And I think he'll do the same thing with this piece for recital. Granny and our parents always said, practice makes perfect. My daddy still to this day, practice in anything. So I think that, you know, he wasn't confident, but I think the more he took the lessons and the more he learned, you know, the more confidence he gained.
So, you know, there's homework.
Yes, there's always homework.
There's layers to this. So
Okay.
we are going to go to your makeup studio because I want to work through some of these thoughts and kind of tie it together with what you know well, which is makeup and beauty. And we're gonna start shifting your mindset about who you are, what's possible for you, so that we can get you closer to learning how to play the piano.
Okay.
How's that sound?
It sounds amazing.
It sounds
I'm
amazing.
excited.
Okay, good, wonderful.
Let me see it one more time. I don't wanna say goodbye. Let me see it one more season. We could say for me.
Scooby's been in the beauty industry for over 2 decades. He's the man behind the scenes making women look and feel their most beautiful on their biggest days. But today, I want to help him uncover his inner true beauty so that he can finally step into the spotlight and shine. Let's go. Hey.
Hey, how are you? Welcome. How's everything?
Good. I'm
Good.
excited about today to sit in your chair.
You should be. So,
All
how's
right.
everything?
Everything's good. How are you feeling since our time on the couch?
I'm feeling really
and our
good.
Conversation.
I'm feeling accomplished.
Okay.
You know, I always do the work.
Okay, good, good. All right, so today we're gonna both benefit from today. So I'm going to look beautiful by the time that you're done, but I wanna talk about your beauty process, the work
Okay.
that you do, and then I wanna bring it all together to work on some of the thoughts that you shared with me that you had
Okay.
while we were in the studio
Yeah.
on the couch, okay?
Okay.
All right, so first I want you to explain to me a little bit about your process. When a woman sits in your chair, this is a vulnerable place for us to be. We come barefaced. What do you usually hear from your clients when they are sitting in the chair? What kind of things do they say about themselves?
Oh goodness, I hear a lot of, I hate my skin, I hate my lips, I hate my nose, I hate my eyes, my brows. And for me, it's like, you know, I just try to perfect the skin and make sure that, you know, the overall look is amazing. You know, I just want you to look and feel good.
So I want to go through, you know, I don't know anything about makeup. You know, I don't know what everything is used for. So I want to go through some of the parts of makeup, some of the different tools that you use and the purpose of those tools.
Okay.
So right now, you're doing something under my eyes. What are we doing here?
So initially I started with a light foundation and
Okay.
now I'm on to concealer.
Okay.
So concealer, you can use it to hide any blemishes. You can also use it to highlight and contour the face.
So what are the types of things that you use to brighten your thoughts, right? We talked about some of the negative thoughts that you have, but what are some of the things that you think that make you feel good about who you are?
I think it's, for me, the biggest thing is the work that I do. Look up the number of people that come in my chair that I am able to glam, you know, just to help them look and feel better about themselves. I think that's like the biggest glow up, I think, for me.
So just like with our thoughts, you are used to thinking a consistent stream of thoughts because it's the way that your brain has always operated, right? So there were 2 thoughts that you had in particular. One was, what if people don't like it? And the other was, what if I can't do this?
Right.
Okay. So anytime you think those thoughts, because your brain is so used to going there, it's gonna automatically, anytime you do something new or different, it's gonna automatically go to those types of thoughts.
Right.
But like this setting powder, foundation, what do you call it?
It's just powder.
So like this powder, we wanna set new thoughts in place.
Right.
Because you're gonna have to think with intention, right? You're gonna have to intentionally shift from thinking, what if this doesn't work?
Right.
Or what if people don't like this? Or what if I fail? So what are the kind of things that make you smile, that make you blush?
It's when people congratulate or put me in the forefront of the camera.
Oh, so
Those
you
are the
get shy.
things, very shy. Those are the things that make me blush. Those are the things that
Okay.
make me kind of shy away.
Being
kinda
in the spotlight?
Being in the spotlight.
Huh.
You know, I've been behind the camera for all these years.
Yeah.
So that is where I'm most comfortable.
Oh, comfort. Okay. All right. So being in the spotlight is a little discomfort. Okay. And right now we're working on the eyes. So I think it is important. Eyes can change the whole look. One of the things I want to work on is changing that view, because if you're going to be playing the piano You don't want to just be playing the piano for yourself. I mean, we want people to hear you, right? So let's think about that thought that you're in the background, or I'm somebody who's in the background. Do you think that's true all of the time? Because I think a lot of times our brains work in like these absolutes. I'm always in the background. I'm shy. I'm an introvert. Is that always true?
No.
No. So it's not true 100% of the time.
No.
Right. All right. So
Okay.
changing your self-talk starts with you being conscious of the thoughts that you have, and we've already identified some of them. What if people don't like it?
Right.
I should be in the background, or I'm shy, I'm introverted. I want you to work on thinking of the times where that isn't true and changing those thoughts, and come up with sentences that you can think on purpose, right? That are going to help you move into the direction of following your dreams and your passions.
Okay.
But we're talking about piano, and you have to learn how to play the piano, right? Like somebody's going to have
Yes.
to teach you.
Correct.
So part of your homework is going to be, and I'm waiting for you to do this so I can see your expression.
Oh, goodness.
Part of your homework is going to be to find someone to teach you how to play the
Okay.
piano.
All right. Find a piano teacher.
Yes. And
else?
once you find that piano teacher, we need you to perform in front of a crowd, in front of people.
And what's my due date on this?
You have time, but while you are finding that teacher and you're learning, I want you to consciously work on the new thoughts that you have, reminding yourself you're not always in the background,
Right.
reminding yourself that yes, some people aren't going to like what you're doing, and that's okay, because this is important to you. So you're gonna have to follow through on that.
Okay.
How's that sound?
Very interesting. It sounds uncomfortable,
Okay, that's all right. I'm okay with
but
uncomfortable.
I'm here for the challenge, Krystal. I want to do things differently. That's why I'm here. So I'm ready.
I think you can do it. I know you can do it.
All right.
All right. Are we finished? I look cute.
Not yet.
Okay.
Got a little more to go.
Okay.
Now I'm ready to experience a breakthrough in this area of my life with playing the piano and other areas. Being fearless is something that I've always wanted to be. I'm reserved in that area. I don't take as many risks as I think I need to. So it's just one of those things where I want to be fearless, and I feel like this is one of the tools that I need to be more outgoing and to do things that I want to do exactly when I want to do them.
Hello, sir.
Hi,
How are you?
Good. How's everything?
Everything's fine. How was your day so far, Regan?
So far, so good. I can't complain.
Stop for a minute. Turn the volume up. There you go.
I know, I'm like, I want it on low, but now, should I be holding the pedal when I go on this one? Because this, you know how you said this sounds choppy? When I play this part, it feels a little choppy, right? Hold on.
That's correct. All right, you can try the pedal, see how it works, but I wouldn't add the pedal after all of that, because then that's something else you got to focus on.
All right, so no pedal.
Where you're going. Yeah, the notes haven't changed in the bass. You keep changing the notes.
I keep changing everything. All right, last time.
And
And
F
right hand
on the
over
bass.
there.
Correct.
Okay.
All right, can you make that transition again between the two chords, the first chord and the second one?
Yes.
Okay.
E, G, B.
All right, make sure you lift your wrist up enough to get all four notes in that chord.
Okay.
See that? Hear it, and then you go to the next chord, which is F, A flat. That's correct. All right, so let's do this. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. My name is Luther Washington II, piano instructor. The pieces he brought me were a bit challenging as far as I was concerned for someone who had not studied piano before. But as time went on, he stepped up to the plate. It was challenging at first, especially he didn't have a lot of practice time, didn't have a keyboard at first to practice on, so it took a little time to get adjusted to the pieces. His performance level is fine. Only thing I'm concerned about with him is his nervousness. He knows the notes, he's pretty confident. He just, I feel sometimes he second guesses himself.
Let me see it one more time. I don't wanna say goodbye. Let me see it one more season. We could stay from
Some of my first thoughts going into play piano, the biggest thing is like, how can people remember all of this? When I tell you it's the regular keys, then you have the flats and the sharps, and oh, well, the flat, it's a flat, and for example, it may be A flat, but it may be B sharp. So I'm like, oh, okay, how do I know the difference? So it's just a lot to learn, and it's one of those things that you have to actually learn and comprehend, not just memorize it for the day. In the pageant, I get to play piano in front of thousands of people. Please insert nervous laughter here. I do think that I'm gonna be really nervous to play in front of that many people. However, it's what I wanna do. It's what I love doing now. And so I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it well. My goodness, playing on that stage was insane. The bright lights, the cameras, the people clapping, even before I did anything, it was insane. It's like exhilarating. So I started to play and I got really nervous, and then I thought about, like, you know, Luther had been telling me, like, all you have to do is concentrate, watch your fingers, and play, because I know the notes. So I played hard, and when I tell you, it was an amazing performance, and I'm so glad I did it.
Today, you got an opportunity to witness Scooby go from dreaming about playing the piano to actually taking the steps to learn how to play the piano, and finally putting himself out there and playing his music for an entire audience of people. You might be wondering how this applies to you, so let me tell you. There are 3 things that I want you to take away from this episode and apply them to your life. Number 1, it's okay to be wrong about who you think you are. So often we grow up believing and being told we are a certain way. We're too shy, we're too talkative, too smart, not smart enough. We take on identities, we believe them, and then we spend our lives acting out as if they are so, when oftentimes they aren't always accurate or true of who we really are. So I want you to take some time and really reevaluate you. Write down all of the adjectives you use to describe yourself. Then go through each one of those and ask yourself, is that really true? Is it true 100% of the time? Do I want it to still be true? Real growth happens when you are willing to be wrong about who you think you have always been. When you begin to challenge your long-standing beliefs about who you are and what's possible for you. Number 2, it's never too late to follow your dreams. Believing that it's too late is stopping you from taking action. It's prolonging you doing that thing that you've dreamt about. Besides, I challenge you to prove to me exactly when too late is on any calendar. And finally, number 3, your life is going to become so much brighter when you stop living it based on what other people's expectations are of you. It's okay that other people think you can only ever be who you've always been. They're allowed to think that, but you are also allowed to change your mind, to try something new, and surprise people by showing them there has always been more to you than meets the eye. So those are your assignments. Remember, your breakthrough is on the other side of you doing the work.